which is more onto tech actually, especially with the recent reviews by Marques Brown on particular tech devices.
Okay, one. I can't believe you don't know Marques Brown. Like,
I do, mate. But like, I don't.
Mate.
I'm
Are you
mate.
mating me, mate?
Like, take it down. Take your beef down a notch, yeah. Because like we let you like self combust there because it's actually pretty entertaining. I must say.
Just briefly for a moment, I was like, "Where's Kev's board?" Yeah, he needed to be something to point to.
I'm gonna do the board on the
music episode. That's what's gonna happen.
Anyway, so Marques.
So I do know of the guy. He's it's YouTube.
Marques Brown is basically the world's he's the Mr. Beast of technology reviews.
Influential.
He's got 18 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. And he's interviewed everyone from Kobe Bryant to Sundar Pichai. He is big Tesla, Elon Musk, right? So he does product reviews, right?
Yeah.
Tech, everything. And interestingly enough, when he talks, people listen, right? He's done a couple of really scathing reviews on certain products, right? And there are two products in particular. I'm going to open up his YouTube channel. And this product, okay, I'm just going to try that Fisker one, right? So he actually has a channel on electric cars or cars called Autofocus as well. And there is a car called the Fisker, what is it? Marcus. Oh man. Anyway, it's called Fisker, right? Like that's the name of the brand, right? So there are basically an EV company that was struggling to kind of begin with, right? And he did a review on this EV, and the title was, "This is the worst car I've ever reviewed, ever," right? It got 6 million views, right? Literally with that title, right? Firstly, that's a pretty clickbaity title.
Yep.
And secondly, this is Marques Brown, right? Like, and this guy's reviewed like millions of things, right? So for someone to say that was intense, right? And this it got shared in LinkedIn multiple times. I saw it there. And after that, and here, the irony is a lot of people had done reviews of this car and it didn't get the best reviews, but he's wording specifically that's a pretty aggressive wording, right? To say it's the worst product I've ever reviewed, right? As a baseline. After a couple of days there, the price of Fisker basically plummeted, right? And people were saying 6 million reviews that it was in correspondence to that. So that's number one. Number two, let me just finish all of it and we can talk about it. 4 days ago, Marques Brown did another review on a product, and this product has got slammed across the board. And it is basically a Humane AI pin, right?
A what?
The name of it is the Humane AI pin. I don't even know how to explain this, but like before going to it, the title is "The Worst Product I've Ever Reviewed, ... for now." Very clickbaity, obviously. This is 4 days ago, and it's got over 6 million views, so it's going to blast through.
Is that his standard views, like number of views?
He's huge, right? But no, even amongst his views, but he gets these views, but 6 million in 4 days is an insane run rate.
Yeah.
It means it's going to break through 20. Not usually at that rate, right? And ironically, this particular product, I'm not going to go through the product again, has got bad reviews from other people before. But again, because Marques has such a big standing in the community, and in line with what happened with Fisker, some people are saying, and there's this online debate, the debate was, can product reviewers have such a big bearing on the success of a product and or a company? In the case for this pin, this is a company. This is the first product launched by this company, I believe, right? So if your product gets that scathing a review from a top influencer, can you actually come back for it, even if you review it? And there's a lot of people that are saying that, dude, it's actually irresponsible to say such things for companies, for especially new companies there. And there was such a massive discourse and like debate amongst this that Marques released his own video talking about the concept of it. So I now lay to you, do you believe that individuals of high influence within that, like on Twitter, wherever, YouTube specifically, or product reviews, do they have a duty of care to not be so harsh if products are indeed bad? Or ironically, that's probably what, if you're a product reviewer, that's what people flock towards, if that makes sense, your honesty, right? So what's your view on it?
No one man should have
Well,
all that
that's
power.
literally what someone said, right? Like literally there, you have 18 million subscribers. And a lot of people are saying to Marques that, and he actually talked about it in his view, that when people look at your reviews, like watching reviews is a big thing, especially mobile phone reviews, right?
Yeah.
People watch reviews with no intention of ever buying a phone. They just watch reviews. So, and that's a big thing. That's how tech reviewers get. So it's like tech porn, right? In the same way that you watch people eating, even though you know you can't afford to go to that restaurant. That's the whole reason that we can actually talk about that. MasterChef was like invented, like food porn and that, right? But what that means is that of the 6 million, let's just talk about this AI pin, right? 6 million that watch it, maybe less than 0.5% actually ever was intended to buy this product. And 99.5 are just looking at it for entertainment, right?
Yeah, because they follow him.
They
yeah.
follow him, right? So now, before they're even considered this brand, because this is a new brand, they've got it tainted by an influencer.
Defamation.
It's not defamation if it's like
But it could
your
be.
opinion, right?
It could be defamation.
But again, what's your view? Do you think that, again, and his view is like, especially for the Fisker car, which was going through issues way before, if a product is bad, that is my view. And then it's the same as we do, if we do a reaction video or a review of a movie, it's our view. Our view doesn't have to count for anything, but we don't have the views that this guy has, right?
But but also it's probably, how am I going to say this? A movie
there's a difference in
Yeah.
terms of its value of consumerism.
Yeah.
Because a movie, for example, is just for entertainment. You're watching it.
Well,
but these are tech products are something that are going to be used.
well, I could say that like there's a very you could counter argue there's a value. He's doing a valuable service because this tech, by the way, was $700 and has a $24 a month fee, right? So that's a fair amount of cash there. So if I was in the market there and I watched his review, you've saved me $700 and $24 a month because I'm not going to touch that rubbish. There's a counterpoint there, but I guess,
and it's also truthfully as well, you're probably also thinking about like a good majority of those audience that are watching it have not even heard about the thing, have now heard about the thing through him.
yeah.
And will avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the thing is these two products and companies that he mentioned, they were effectively startups. So they're gone. Like it's very hard. And here's the irony: if you make a mistake in anonymity,
Yeah.
you can come back from it.
Yeah.
If we do say something controversial in our side, we're not getting views, right? Like at certain levels. However, once you're at a certain level, the microscope is just bigger, right?
I think this is what like there's something interesting here, right? Because
Yeah.
opinion is one thing.
Yeah.
That's correct, right? But then like you said with the clickbaity type of
Engagement.
the headline of the video, the title of the video, there is a different motive in like he's like this is what it is. He's arguably profiteering
Of course he is.
out of pulling like decimating a company, right? That's why I say defamation, because
What about the flip side when he gives a good review on a new company and then they flip? I guess his point would be the product will stand on its merit. I'm merely going to amplify it. But again,
you should be there should be, if you've got that platform,
Yeah.
in the same way that we talk about any celebrity or person of high status, and if you're in the public, unfortunately there is a weight that you have to carry in how you choose. It's probably how you choose to say things. He didn't have to say it was the worst product,
But
right?
what if he genuinely believed that? He
But-
can say that, like in 100 products I've ever reviewed, this is the worst.
Truthfully, okay, this is going to be truthfully, right? He probably didn't even think that was going to be a possibility of the impact that he had on that
Not
product.
the first one, but I'm
first
sure
one.
the second one.
The second
You,
one, that's just him on his ego now, and now he's
Well,
like,
ego, but
like
ego, or like again, like if you genuinely believe that it is.
you don't have anything nice to say. Be
You
mindful
can't
of
say
your
that.
words.
Yeah. Say it. In a better
Say
way.
it in a constructive way.
Criticism.
He probably
right?
did.
This applies to Mr. J. Cole. This applies to Mr.
It
Drake.
just didn't move in my spirit. It just didn't feel right.
There's power in words.
Yeah. Look,
Don't be a dick.
I don't think it's being a dick though. Like I actually don't think it's being a dick. But it is interesting to see now how certain individuals within whatever field can hold so much concentrated power. But again, like it's just the stakes could mean, life or death for certain companies, right? And like I think it is flowing through there. Like for this company, can they actually come back after? Do you believe in the saying that any publicity is good publicity? Because in this case, this is such bad publicity that got 6 million views.
I think there's a
line.
line.
Yeah,
I think there's a line, and then there's a cost to pay if you pass that.
Yeah. I agree.
Because
Yep.
there's so much media, right? It's not as if it's just like back in the day where it's just a TV show and everyone's
a
watching that same
newspaper.
thing, right?
Yeah.
There's different sources, and this guy, he's probably the closest to that old time where having like a mass audience
For a particular interest or
Interest, yeah. Because a lot of people that watch reviews and stuff like that are doing for entertainment, ironically, right? They are, right? It's their form of
infotainment is the
yeah,
correct term.
Yeah. Anyway, just do you, Marques, Just do you.
Nah,
Just
be
do
nice,
you.
man. Be nice.
You can be nice.
Be constructive.
Construct.
Have a rubric.
yes.
Don't
Consistent.
throw inflammatory language. That's
Okay,
for
it's
us.
not-
That's for us everyday folk when we're mad about
We need to get clickbait.
who don't have that much power.
no